And the title of this is The Version of You That Had Dreams is Watching What You're Settling For. But today's about reflection and not about targets, not about your pipeline, but it's about you on a personal level. When you embarked on this journey to start your own recruitment search business, what were your visions for yourself and for the business? Was it around freedom, finance, maybe greater finances, but less hours invested? There's always a compelling vision at the beginning. You don't just launch a business, you are crafting or fulfilling your life. But here's what I want brutal honesty is you look at where you are today, and I want you to be brutally honest. Does your current business structure mirror that original vision? Or is it morphed into something that requires more than you've ever planned? That original version of you that was once brimming with dreams and aspirations, and it's still there, but now it's observing quietly because it knows at some level you've settled for what is okay. And the reason what prompted this is two things. I had a conversation with an old client. I'll say old. He used to work with us pre-pandemic, and then he wanted to jump on the phone for a quick call. And when I met him, he was doing about 180,000 a year on his own. He's now doing a respectable 900,000. He's got a team of five doing 900,000. And he said, the reason I've reached out to you, Terry, is because if I'm honest with you, things just feel, and he said, I don't know what the word is, but the best word I can come up with it is heavy. You see, he said, on the surface, everything seems fine. And friends ask how business is going. He always smiles and says, yeah, it's going well. But deep down, he felt stuck. Not enough to ignite change, but enough to not feel content. And it occurred to me that many people find themselves in that place, busy, but not progressing as they once imagined. Over time, the feeling of stagnation becomes more suffocating. And here's the tough truth on this. You didn't consciously choose that path. None of us ever do, by the way, do we? What we do is we adopt to it. You hone your skills in delivery. You may say yes to revenue that actually you probably shouldn't have said yes to. You may have worked with a client that was less than ideal, but the attitude is let's keep the deals flow coming in. We've all done it. You told you things like, yeah, things will get better. You did stuff that made you look busy, but it wasn't necessarily business success. And often what we do is we avoid doing what we know we should be doing. But I'm honest with you, at times, we've all been dishonest with ourselves and also dishonest with those around us. And deep down, we know that we're being dishonest. And gradually, without realizing it, you've constructed a business that leans on you as the owner more than anticipated. I want to be clear about this. You're not failing. But because it seemed like the right move at the time, now, though, you find yourself maintaining something that wasn't really part of your original dreams. And at times, that can be unsettling. And here's where it gets uncomfortable. It's not about your finances. It's about something so much more value than finances. It's about time. In my opinion, most business owners don't have a time problem. They do have a relationship. They have a relationship with time problem. And until that changes, nothing changes. We've all been there where you've worked 12, 14-hour days. And at the end of it, you think, gone nowhere. But time only compounds. The right activities in the right sequence consistently. And we talk about this all the time. Everything else creates motion. I'll take a break next week. When things get quieter next quarter, I'll regain control when we expand the team. But time exposes your structure. If your business only works when you're pushing, there's a problem there. That's not bad luck, that's design. Time doesn't break a business, it exposes it. Consider this. Let's say that you're 50 years old right now. And by the way, you can do the calculation for whatever age you are right now. And you've said, right, I'm going to retire at 65. So you've now told yourself, I've got time. Hell, I've got 15 years to figure this out. 15 years to become who I said I would be. But that belief is built on something really fragile. And it's one of the fragile things is that the assumption that your health is going to hold, that life is going to stay predictable, that nothing's going to interrupt that 15-year plan. And do the numbers for wherever you are now, how many years it is for you now. Then do this. Let's say that you pay yourself monthly. So if you're 50 years old today, 15 years from now, you pay yourself monthly, you've got 180 pay days. Doesn't seem so long now, does it? That's it. Not years, not decades. 180 chances to move your life forward. By this time next year, you've got 168 paydays, and the year after that, 156. No drama, no warning, just gone. And the uncomfortable truth, you won't suddenly become disciplined on payday 140 or 150. You won't magically fix everything later. You're building your future right now with what you do. You're slowly running it down. Time doesn't pause while you think about it. So the real question is, have you got time? How many more chances are you willing to waste before you start treating them like it matters? I've been in the same position. And I'm going to share something with you very personal, some of you know about. On the warm spring morning in April 2024, I went for a regular checkup that I've been doing for the last 17 years. 7 days after that checkup, I received news that I had prostate cancer, that it spread to other parts of my body and I could not be cured. I have no symptoms whatsoever. Those that know me well know that I'm a regular gym user, feeling perfect health. Needless to say, getting that news was like a punch in the gut. Suddenly my questions changed from, how do I grow this, to, what have I built? And will it last? Times less abstract and far more pressing, I pondered, if I stepped away from this business, what would happen? The answer was clear. Too much of it depended on me. Of course, you think about your family. Sandra, I've got 3 boys. And I had to ask myself, am I present for them right now, or am I simply physically there but still entangled in the business? And it's easy to say, we've all done it, I'm sure, yeah, but I'm doing this for my family. But when the business drains your time, your energy, and your focus, you've got to question what that promise really is. And look, I want to be clear, I'm not sharing any of that news for sympathy. As I said, it happened 2 years ago. I'm just sharing it to highlight a reality that most of us only confront when faced with life-altering events. So here's what I know. None of you here have a work ethic problem. Everybody here that I know, you know how to push, you know how to grind. You show up when most people wouldn't. It's not the issue. That's not the issue at all. The uncomfortable truth is you're getting exactly what the patterns that you're working on right now. And we all do it. We run these patterns, these intentions. The way you think, the way your standards quietly drop, the behavior you repeat without even noticing. But the thing is, that's what's building your business. The behaviors you repeat without even noticing. Let me repeat that. What's building your business is the behaviors that you repeat without even noticing. They're running on autopilot. You wake up, you chase, you push, you tell yourself, I'll just do what it takes. And then when you wonder why it's unstable, here's what we know. Nothing will change until you change. If your pipeline only moves when you move, it's not a pipeline, that's pressure. If clients treat you like a comparison, Oh, thanks for your quote. I'm going to compare it with four others. That's because along the way, you've trained them to do that. If your business needs you for everything in the business, because along the way, you've trained the business to do that. And that's not a business, that's a job. That's dependency dressed up as success. Here's a part that most people avoid. You don't fix it with more effort. You fix it by becoming aware of what you're doing. This is what this talks about today, about what you're doing, and then having the courage to change it. Because your results are not random. They're an echo of what you believe, what you value. Your business are results of what you tolerate from your clients, what you repeatedly do, even when it's not working. Your identity is showing up in your business every single day. So the shift isn't tactical. It's not another strategy or another tool you need. It's what you're paying attention to. It's your thoughts that keep you small. You're saying things like, well, who am I to post on LinkedIn? Who am I to ask for a higher fees? Who am I to ask for retainers? All that's happening there are your thoughts. Because the moment you change what's consistent, your results will have no choice but to follow. So going back to the top of this call, where we started, the version of you filled with dreams and vivid visions is still very much alive. It's watching keenly what you're settling for right now. It senses that you're generally building something meaningful, but at times you're settling for what's comfortable. So I ask you, are you crafting the business that you once imagined? Or have you become the expert in managing a reality that you never intended to create? Because once you acknowledge that truth, you can't unsee it. I think it's a good thing. And that understanding can be the catalyst for taking charge of your future. I'm encouraging you to embrace this change, to reignite your passion and reshape your business and that really reflects your dreams. The truth is, time is running out, and it's running out for all of us as we speak right now. Take care, take action, be relentless.